Hello everyone, we're about to play our first match with our mono black Eldrazi deck, and I think this hand is a pretty good keep. We have turn 2 Scrap Heap, Scrounger, or Transgress. You can make a decision. At the time, we have a couple cards to rip our opponent's hand apart and Titan's Presence. So I like it. So up against some energy deck, which means Transgress might not be great. We have our other 2-drop now, too. Well, we'll see. We'll have a whole other turn, but it's probably some energy deck with a really low curve, making Transgress kind of mediocre. Like, what do we see here? The Brawler, the 3-2 guy. Seems possible. No, just another tune. Energy, energy, energy. Okay. Huh. I don't know. I feel like there's still a pretty good chance we have something we can get out of our opponent's hand with Transgress the Mind. We can also figure out what exactly is going on. So let's do it. It's a good chance it whiffs completely, unfortunately, against this deck. So we may be siding it out if it's what I think it. If this deck's what I think it is. Yeah, whiffs completely, like I expected. We know he has Harness Lightning, Nature's Way. That's interesting. Servant of the Conduit and Blossoming Defense. Okay. So those are all good things to know. Definitely siding Transgress out in this matchup. Thought-Knot Seer doesn't care what converted mana cost is, at least. So he can play his Servant and leave up mana for... Oh, he has Long Tusk Cub now, too. Ooh, that's not cool. So the problem is he has Blossoming Defense. So, yeah, I think I actually play the Mimic so that I can try to trade with this. At least it'll make him use Harness... Oh, I can't trade with it. He's got energy. What am I talking about? So I guess I just play my Scrounger then. May just eat a Harness Lightning. In fact, he probably will, but that's okay. Next turn we can play Thought-Knot Seer, which will be pretty good. Get the Harness Lightning or the Blossoming Defense out of his hand. We'll have to decide. This thing can hit us for 4 right now. Thought-Knot Seer can still kill it, but not after it gets its next counter, so... By Thought-Knot Seer, I mean Titan's Presence with Thought-Knot Seer. All right. Another Scrounger. So we're going to attack with our first Scrounger. If he wants to use Harness Lightning on it, I'm all for that, because he can use it on my Thought-Knot Seer. It's what I'm going to have to take, basically. I mean, we could kill Servant of the Conduit, but I don't really think it's worth it. So Thought-Knot Seer it is. Do you think he just fires Harness Lightning off on my Scrounger in response, so that he at least kills something with it? If he does, then we still get to eat another card, so... Seems like a win-win. Alright. Ah, he's just going to kill it right away. That makes sense. Yeah, forget it's not a cast trigger like some of the other Eldrazi. Huh. Which of these concerns me more right now? Blossoming Defense can keep a creature alive, but I don't really have a good way to kill that Long Tusk Cub anyway. Nature's Way can kill one of my creatures. A blocker, for example. So I think I'm actually going to take it. And in my turn. Definitely want our Wasteland Stranglers in this matchup. They're very good against the deck with lots of low toughness creatures. The only card we know he still has in his hand is Blossoming Defense. He has one other unknown card and a land. I mean, only spell is what I mean when I say card. Longtusk Cub, why are you so good? Might even want to bring in Murder, honestly, because this thing is brutal. And it gets out of range of our kill spells fairly quickly. Yeah, there's another one, of course. Oh, we can kill that one. So we have that going for us, if nothing else. I guess I play Eldrazi Mimic. And I guess I attack with my Scrounger too, actually. Oh, I actually can't kill this one because of the card he has in his hand. Yeah, we're done. There's no way we can really come back from how slowly we started this game and how quickly our opponent did. So, this is not a great matchup for us. What we like to prey on are mid-range and control decks, which are on the rise. Not so much like aggro decks, but our deck does have some things it can do to aggro decks. Distended Mindbender probably needs to get cut down to 1 or so, maybe even cut all of them. Okay, so a third Strangler seems good. We do have fewer ways to exile things since we got rid of Transgress, but we still have Titan's Presence and Thought-Knot Seer. Blight Herder and probably Flaying Tendrils also seems pretty good. And yeah, the Blight Herder's sort of our deck's version of Ishkana. Could think about Murder. Like, yeah, let's cut one Titan. Well, maybe I cut one Spatial Contortion for a Murder. Yeah. All right. See if we can do a little better this time. I would like to play first. This card is actually pretty good against aggro, so I like seeing it. We have Wasteland Strangler too. We don't currently have a way to exile something, so that's not awesome. But we do have Abundant Maw on turn 4, so don't mind that too much. All right. And Reality Smasher on turn 5. We do need to draw 2 lands for that to happen, but that's pretty good. Pretty good sequence. If we end up not blocking with Filigree Familiar, that is, we may have to. Okay, well, sure. Well, that's pretty good too. Still kind of would like to draw a land, but I guess I'm going to attack with my Mimic. I mean, I could play the Familiar first to make him a 2/2, but it doesn't really make a difference here. So we're going to play Filigree Familiar. Oh yeah, 2/2. So if I draw a land at this point, I probably actually play Thought-Knot Seer first, because then I can strangle something. Instead of the Abundant Maw. Plus the Familiar's not a bad blocker against like the creatures that are a problem in our opponent's deck. Between drawing us a card and gaining us life and chump blocking or even trading with something, Filigree Familiar is pretty sweet. Do need a 4th land. If I get one, we have a pretty great turn ahead. A couple turns even, I would say. Matter Reshaper is pretty good against aggro too. Any card that can trade and replace itself is nice against aggro. Yeah, Nature's Way, sure. Increases my chances of drawing a land, so... Well, Titan's Presence. Can at least cast it. Okay, well, I guess that's what I do. While I have the turn to do it. Though I guess I can wait. Well, keeps my opponent from being able to ramp, and it takes him off of his red mana. So I think we do it now. He may have Blossoming Defense, so that's a thing. What are we least concerned about revealing to our opponent? I don't really want to reveal any of them. Strangler is probably the worst thing to reveal. I think I'm going to reveal Reality Smasher. If he uses Blossoming Defense here, then that's okay. Let those defenses blossom. Alright, that's actually really good for us. Means our Wasteland Strangler, I don't know why I said it that way, but it can kill anything else he plays, basically. Even Long Tusk Cub right now. And we'll end our turn, and then we have double Thought Knot Seers and nonsense like that going on, which will make this bigger. Has red mana again. Fabrication Module, that's interesting. I haven't seen that in a version of the deck yet. I'm pretty okay with my opponent spending a turn doing that, though. Seems like his hand was much less aggressive this time. Transgress can actually hit that, for what that's worth. Okay, good, good, good. We have energy, too. I don't know that we'll be using it anytime soon, but we do have it. Come on, lands. Okay, so yeah, we're going to go Thought Knot Seer. Swing for 4 with our Eldrazi Mimic. Clip Wings. You think he sided that in against me, thinking I had a flyer? Do I even have a flyer? I don't think I do. So Harness Lightning's probably what we take. It's a removal spell. The Pummeler is a bit of a problem, but I think we can just race that at this point. So we hit Harness Lightning for sure. Especially if we draw another land, we can race it. Because we can go Reality Smasher, swing with everything. The Pummeler maybe might have been worth taking, if only because of the fact that our opponent has Blossoming Defense. What I'll probably do, if I don't draw the land anyway, is play Wasteland Strangler and try to kill the Pummeler. Obviously, he'll pump it with its energy stuff. And he'll actually make it a 2/2 now. But at least that makes him use it not when he's attacking, if you know what I mean. Okay, well, now we have double black, but we know he has Blossoming Defense. So I think we play the Strangler. Probably should leave Ether Hub up. Make this a 3/2, which isn't irrelevant. So if we can get him to use Blossoming Defense here, we're obviously pretty happy. So the Strangler lowering his power, basically lowers his power to 1. He can make it a 4/4, then it goes down to a 1/1. Okay, he's just going to do that, which we're pretty okay with. It does mean we can't really attack this turn, but making him use it on a turn, not when he's trying to kill us, and making it so our murder can kill it later, that works for me. For sure. So we're not even going to bother processing. We can use it. We have stuff to process for our other processors. So, what do we have over there? Oh no, that's wrong. Yeah, we might want to try to leave 2 cards, especially because we have our... so, we have to choose something no matter what. We're just not going to choose to do it, though. Yes, sure. So obviously we're not doing this. We're not strangling our strangler. Nope. And we'll just end our turn. So he can make this a 3/3. And then make it a 6. Yeah, we're going to have to block it, but that's okay. I just hope he didn't draw another Blossoming Defense. It's my biggest hope. If he attacks, I probably block it with my Strangler because that makes him use the energy once in a way that's not going to kill me. Yeah, so we're going to block it with our Strangler. So he's got to use the energy to save his guy. And it will not be used to kill me. So that's a good way of, sort of making it harder for them. Because ideally, they just want to use this energy to kill us. But if you can block it in a way that'll kill it, you probably should. Would kill it if they didn't use any energy, I should say. Because he isn't cheap on the energy front. He costs 3 to double his power. So anytime you can make them use it, you may as well. It's not quite like trading for a card, but it's not that far off. Well, there is a land. How about that? So, Reality Smasher. I could play Reality Smasher, but that is not without risk. I mean, I do attack for 14, but he can block it, and then on the backswing, if he produces any more energy, I'm basically dead, and he has ways to do that. So, I think we're going to go ahead and try to cast Murder here. Again, at least we make him use Blossoming Defense in a way that's not going to kill us if he has it. Because if we used it when he attacks and he has it, then it's doubly bad. Our Murder did nothing, and he's increasing his creature's power for doubling purposes. I guess I could have played Thought-Knot Seer and seen what our opponent had going on, but I think that's fine. So we'll attack with both. He may block and use Blossoming Defense or something, but we're okay with that. He would have used Blossoming Defense if he had it, though, let's be real. Yeah, he just wants to trade, and that's reasonable in a world. He knows I have Reality Smasher in my hand, actually, so makes sense. Long Tusk Cub. You would. Okay. He can make it a 4/4 right now. So I think playing Smasher and attacking with Thought-Knot Seer and Smasher is great because then I can just Abundant Maw for the win next turn. So I think that's what we do. Yeah, you can only become a 4/4. So the best you can do is trade with Thought-Knots here. and it can't trade with this at all. So he does draw the card, but he goes to 3, most likely. We're still at 20, and there's not an electrostatic pummeler in place, so we don't have to worry about just getting killed immediately or anything. Yeah, he's going to block. This is, again, making him use his energy. Well, no, he just decided to take it, so you're just dead. Unless you have something. I guess you realize he's basically dead. Maybe. See if he has something. No. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, you don't really do anything. Well, I guess I can counter your land searchy card, but that seems pretty bad. Yeah, I don't think we change anything. These would have been great. We had enough stuff exiled, and they would have been pretty awesome in that game. All right. Yeah, if we can get early Matter Reshapers and Filigree Familiars, we're in good shape. We are in good shape. Yeah, that's pretty good. Search for a swamp with Evolving Wilds, and we have double black for our murder. And we have both cards that I said I wouldn't mind having early, and not to mention a Thought-Knot Seer to mess up our opponent's hand a little bit. Yeah, it's so bad when they start the game with that. Just because it gives them like a free energy for their freaking Long Tusk Cub later, you know? So, no, I think we still play the Wilds. We'll need black for one reason or another. We can play the Ruins next turn, actually, because we don't have a 2-drop anyway. If it's Long Tusk Cub, I'm going to be a little sad. It's not, so I feel a little better. Okay, so yeah, we'll play our Ruins in our turn. So who do we play next? I can Mindbender on turn 4, and I may do it. It is a cast trigger, so that's pretty nice. I can get rid of like a removal spell. Surprised he doesn't want to attack. Playing something, I guess. Ooh, what? Undergrowth Champion. Ooh, okay. This is definitely a little bit of a rogue version of that deck, but yeah, that's pretty sweet. I can murder it, but I can't do much else to it. I guess Spatial Contortion would work too. So there's a Scrap Heap Scrounger, but I don't think we play it. I think we play... It's another card that we could have hit with Transgress too. Play our Ether Hub, and then do we play Matter Reshaper or Filigree Familiar? I think I'm going to play the Familiar. Yeah. So if our Familiar survives, we can play Mindbender next turn, and we'll take at least one card, 99% chance anyway. And we may get to hit 2 now that we're seeing a few more expensive cards in our deck, but I don't think we seen anything that costs more than 3 though. So he's probably just going to eat 1 card, but that's okay. We could just play Thought-Knot Seer instead. It might just be better against this opponent. Yeah, we just take the 4. Thought-Knot Seer probably is just better. I'll probably just do that. Ooh, Pummeler. Yeah, I definitely want to play my Thought-Knot Seer. Wonder if our opponent has Harness Lightning in his hand. Thought-Knot Seer number 2, huh? So we could also just play Matter Reshaper and make it a 4/3. But I think I'm going to play Thought-Knot Seer and see what we have going on in our opponent's hand. He can play Harness Lightning in response, unfortunately for us. Not even in response to him entering the battlefield, so that part's not great. Doesn't seem to be happening, does it? could, I guess. Looks like it's happening. He's doing something. Yeah. Does, again, make him use energy in a way that's not going to kill me. So there's that. But our opponent gets to draw the card. We then get to look at his hand is the good news, the way the triggers stack. So we will get something here. Oh God. Another Harness Lightning, a Tireless Tracker, and a Blossoming Defense. I think we got to hit Harness Lightning because he can just like kill us if we don't. So, but yeah, that hand is stacked. Our Scroungers aren't great in this matchup either, where we have to be a lot more defensive than we normally would want to be. We do have another Seer. Mindbender can only hit one card right now, most likely. But it can hit Blossoming Defense, which may be what I hit with my second Seer anyway. Yeah, well, that I figured was happening. But we're in bad shape because our opponent has freaking Undergrowth Champion and Tireless Tracker now. Every land he plays is going to make me groan. So, don't love that. Wow, all the Thought-Knot Seers. I don't hate that, though. So yeah, Thought-Knot Seer. Got all three of our Thought-Knots. Would be great if we had this as well, but I also don't hate drawing a third Thought-Knot Seer. At some point we can play a 4/3 Scrap Heap Scrounger or Matter Reshaper too. So we'll take Blossoming Defense since we have Murder. What we use Murder on, though, I'm not entirely certain of. It might have to be Undergrowth Champion, sadly. Because with the Pummeler, at least... Damn it. Freaking Nature's Way, too, you say? I think we have to hit Blossoming Defense, though. So we will. But yeah, that Nature's Way is not good right now for us either. He can kill our Thought-Knot Seer with it. But our turn is over. I would love to get my Blight Herder, although we only have 4 mana, so maybe I should hold off on wanting to get it until I get a 5th land. I'll probably draw it now. But it would be great right now. Just block for days. Yeah, this is what we expected to happen. If I draw a 5th land, now that I can't really do anything. I probably block Pummeler if it attacks. At least, maybe. Oh God, what did you draw? Longtusk Cub, of course. Okay, that's not good. Our opponent has way too many threats in play right now. Yep, we take 4. Okay, there is a 5th land. So what we really need to draw still is definitely the Blight Herder. Otherwise, we're basically dead. We may just be dead anyway. We're definitely close. I think we actually play Matter Reshaper here. Thought-Knot Seer does let us rip the last card in his hand out of his hand. Unless it's a land. But if it was a land, he would have played it. And we can actually make it a 5/5 now. Yeah, I guess we'll do it. 5/5 can actually block this thing. So we're going to go Thought-Knot Seer number 3. We're still in trouble, though. Our opponent's just so wide on us right now. All right. Blossoming Defense. Of course he drew another one. At least we got rid of it. So we'll put the counter here. Opponent's hand's empty. He's only got 4 energy. So we have a chance here. Unless he draws a land. No, I mean, we still have a chance, but it gets a lot less if our opponent drew a land right there. Okay, good, good. That's what we wanted to see. So we, again, can play the Mindbender to rip a card out of his hand. Ooh, Sanctum of Ugin does incentivize us doing that, too. Yeah, I think we do. So black, black. Probably should use the Sanctum of Ugin before I sacrifice it. All these triggers happen. If it was a land, he would have played it because he has Tireless Tracker and Underworld Champion. So we can probably take something out of his hand here, hopefully. We also get to search up another Eldrazi. I'll probably just get like Reality Smasher, another big creature. We don't have anything great to get. Well, Wasteland Strangler is not bad, actually. Oh, so it was a land. That's interesting he decided to keep it. Okay. I guess to make me play another spell, but... yeah, we'll sacrifice Sanctum of Ugin. And I guess we get Wasteland Strangler. Yeah, that's probably the best thing to get. It can kill something. We draw a card. And we get a 6/6 because we're going to make it a 6/6. So we can strangle away Tireless Tracker, at least. This game, definitely grindier than one would think, given our opponent's deck. But we've managed to do enough to stay alive for now. That's not going to help us, though. All right. So you become a 5/5, you get a clue, etc. We could win on timeout. There's always that. But, oh, he also gets to put a counter on something. Freaking, that's what... Was he waiting for Fabrication Module? He can't have known it was on top of his deck. Kind of seemed like he did. So he's going to make Undergrowth Champion a 6/6. We're going to have to murder that guy. I'm very happy we can. And then we probably strangle the Tireless Tracker. I don't really want our opponent drawing extra cards if we can help it. So we have a pretty good turn. Kill a couple things, play another creature. We do take 6 here, I think. It's just lethal, actually. This might just be lethal. Or at least he puts me in a place where I have to block ugly. Yeah, this might just be lethal. This guy can become a 4/4. I think that might have just been lethal, but I'm okay with our opponent just attacking with that. Okay, well... Ooh, we can't... Oh, yeah, we can. I was going to say we can't use murder and something else, but... Oh, we already used that black. Damn it. Well, we're not going to get to strangle something, I don't think. Yeah, that's not good. My mana is not good right now. I only have the 1 black, so I have to choose between Murder and Wasteland Strangler. I think I still play the Strangler, because at least it can just block and kill something. In this case, the Tireless Tracker. Can I have some of my opponent's energy? I can also make it a 4/3. I could do that or play Scrap Heap Scrounger. At this point, I think making it a 4/3 is probably a little better. So we're going to play our Strangler, Strangle Tireless Tracker. So we'll give back our opponent one of their Blossoming Defenses to kill the tracker. And we'll make you a 4/3. So I don't really have any problem using Wasteland Stringer to block Undergrowth Champion. Next turn we can use Murder and Filigree Familiar, which is probably what I'll do. The life gain right now is pretty relevant. Our opponent can again attack in a way that just things won't go well for us. So we didn't really take away that ability. Oh, now we're just dead. What a weird energy deck, but it did us in. It was definitely more of a mid-range energy deck. Game 1 seemed like it was all aggro, but this game, not so much. But now we're just dead because our opponent can, well, maybe we're not quite. We probably are. He can kill my Wasteland Strangler and attack with everything. But he didn't. Interesting. Attacking with everything, but not killing my Strangler ahead of time. Still basically puts my opponent in a position to win, so... Oh, I'm dead no matter what, because he can, well... I guess we'll declare our blocks, but I'm pretty sure we're just dead. So it's definitely like a mid-range energy deck, which is not exactly what I was expecting. So Strangler's going to block that.